It's a creasing mess. It's your girl Sheila here. If you're new here, thank you so much for coming. Join the gang. Don't forget to subscribe or whatever. If you're a return subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. It means the world to me. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Milk Future Fluid Concealer. This has recently been launched and everyone knows Milk for the famous Hydro Grip Primer, and we know that that was a smashing hit. So when this came out, I was like, you know what? Let's give Milk a chance to do something great in my life again. All over cream concealer, and apparently you're supposed to be able to use it all over your face as, you know, a concealer or a kind of contour shade if you got a darker shade, or even a foundation if you were, you know, so brazy to do that. But yeah, I'm going to be reviewing this today and I hope you guys enjoy. If you've already tried it out, please leave a comment and tell me how you found it and what you thought about it, because I have a lot to say and not so many words to describe how I feel. Enjoy the show. Okay guys, so let's get straight into it. This is fully a first impressions. I haven't actually opened this. I don't know if the shade I got was a good shade or not, if I'm being honest. I hope it is. I did my best on the website. I had like a couple of shades I was trying to decide between, but I went with this one in the end and hopefully it is the right shade. Before I swatch and show you guys the color and everything, I'm just going to tell you guys about the concealer and, you know, what it claims to do. So this is the Future Fluid All Over Cream Concealer, which I guess means that you can apply it all over your face, almost maybe even using it as a foundation. It is 92% natural. I don't know what that means. That scares me a little. It's medium to full coverage concealer. It has hyaluronic acid in it. There's 30 shades available. I think it have quite a good shade range. You know, it didn't just kind of jump from really light to two dark shades. I think there was quite like a decent amount of variations just from like looking at it online, because I don't know if is Milk in any store in the UK. That's a question I have. I think Space NK stocks Milk products. Don't quote me on that, I think. But anyways, this is my first this is my first like Milk makeup product, except for the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, which I love. I almost don't want to love it because it's quite expensive, but it's so good. So like, it's ways at this point, like it is just a part of my, it's genuinely just a fixed part of my makeup routine, and it's not going anywhere. Anyways, back to what it is. Sculpts and hydrates for a lightweight, crease-proof natural finish. Okay, this creamy concealer is 92% natural, clean, vegan, cruelty-free, paraben-free, fragrance-free, silicone-free, alcohol-free, and gluten-free. 100% said that I don't care what 100% said. I care what it's meant to do. So I got the concealer in the shade 21W. I was trying to decide between getting it in the shade 21W and the shade 22NW, I believe. This like this sticker on this is looking quite dark, so I will say I'm a little concerned. I'm a tad bit concerned, because this is meant to be like an under eye concealer for me. Like I wouldn't be mad if it's exactly my skin tone, but I will be mad if it is too dark. I mean, it's a good product and it's too dark. I might use it to like contour or whatever, but not really why I got it. Okay, so this is what the doe foot applicator looks like. It's not massive, but it is looks quite precise. It looks like I'd be able to place it in the right places. So let me just go ahead and swatch this at the back of my hand for you guys, so you guys can see what the color looks like. So that's what it looks like. This is the shade 21W. So on me, I don't think it's going to be like a brightening highlighting shade. It's going to be more of a subtle, your skin but better kind of highlight kind of thing. But let's see. So basically on my face right now, I've done my brows and I'm using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer because I thought, you know, maybe they would go great together. And I've also done my foundation. I will list everything that I'll be using on my face that I'm not going to be talking about specifically in the description box, so you can go check that out if you would like to know. But let's just go on and apply this. To be honest, I'm actually a little excited. So let's see what happens. because this concealer shade isn't too light, I'm just going to go ahead and put it in the places that I would typically highlight, which is like my forehead. And this is when I start to look a little crazy, but you know, trust the process, they say. You can get a lot of products out when you just do one dip. You dip. I probably use 2 dips on either side, just because apparently I'm heavy-handed on a normal basis anyway. So you know, I kind of like to let my concealer sit for a bit before I blend it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply a bronzer. Today I'm gonna be using the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin bronzer. This is in the shade 4. I'm just gonna apply this all over and just come back and blend out my concealer with you guys. So while I was blending out my bronzer, I actually just like kept on looking at my face, and I thought to myself, this looks like a very similar color to my Nars concealer, but I was wrong. It's not a similar color, it's actually a little lighter. So this is my Nars concealer at the top, which is the Radiant Creamy Concealer in Almond. I think that's how to say that, Almond. Is a little darker, and that's why I typically use it as my skin tone concealer. So this concealer is definitely lighter, so maybe it's actually going to be quite brightening for me, so fingers crossed. So I'm just going to start blending out from here. I'm kind of trying to see if anything like funny is happening as I'm blending out, but so far no, which we absolutely love to see. Time to blend out my under eyes. So the good thing is it doesn't like dry down to the like super fast, so you can like wait a minute or 2 and you'll still be able to like come back and blend it. It's not like, you know, like the original Elf concealer. Sometimes like with that, if you leave it for too long, it gets like, but that's a great concealer still, but you just have to work with it super quickly. But with this, I think because of the hyaluronic acid in there and the fact that, you know, it claims to be hydrating, it doesn't dry down super fast, and you can just like take your time. So that's the side blended out. Just gonna come a bit closer for you guys to see. I actually am not mad at that. It looks quite dewy. It looks quite glowy. I like that. So let's do the other side real quick. And okay, so this was an absolute dream to blend out. It's been a long time since I tried a concealer, and it wasn't immediately patchy. It blends out really nicely. I really like that. It's super easy to work with, so super beginner friendly. You don't have to like make up all these weird tricks to blend out the concealer. It just blends out. It does what it needs to do, which is good. It's definitely medium to full coverage. I actually quite like coverage as is right now. I was going to go in with another coat, but you know what, let's not do that, because I did dip in twice. So I would say you can definitely build this up to a much fuller coverage if you'd like, but personally I do just kind of like what it looks like right now, so that's what I'm gonna go with. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup off camera, and then I'll come back and we can start the wear test. So I thought I'd come back with a full B, but no, I haven't done my eyes yet because I'm doing a review of the new Huda Beauty Empowered palette. So that's gonna be in a separate video, so go watch that. I just thought I'd come and check in anyways, because otherwise, you know, whatever. I would just like to say I am loving how this looks. So I really like the color of it. Like this, I could wear. I know this is probably maybe too much makeup for someone else for like an everyday look, but for me, this is a good everyday look. Like I would wear this like as an everyday look. This is good. This is like perfect. The amount of the eyes don't look too bright. You know, they're bright enough, but you know, they're just kind of like, they're doing what they're supposed to do. I like that everyone's sat in place. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna link everything that I've used on my face in the description box. So it's currently 3:33 p.m. so I'm gonna leave this on for a couple hours, and I will be back to tell you guys my thoughts. All right guys, I am back and I am exhausted. It is 6:47 p.m. So I've had this on for about 3 hours now, a little over 3 hours, but 3 hours, let's just say 3 hours. But it's just one of those concealers where I already know where it's going, so there's no need to wear it for any longer. But before I continue with that, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, this is the perfect time for you to do it. Just put it out there. Anyways, also this lip combo, bagging. This is the Rare Beauty liner in the shade Strong with the Dose of Colors, I don't even know what they're called, the liquid lipsticks in the shade Knock on Wood, and the Tower 28 gloss in the shade Almond. These three babies have made this amazing lip combo. That's that on the lip combos. Back to the review of this concealer. I wish I had better news, but it is creasing. It is creasing a lot. It is creasing a lot. There's a lot of creasing. On the bright side, I do really like the color of it. I like the color. I like how it looks in terms of like the finish of it. I set it with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. That's one of the best powders I own, and that's one of the best powders out there. So if it's not working with Laura, I don't think it's about to work. And I'm not trying to not set my concealer, so I don't know. I'm just gonna zoom you guys in a little bit so that you guys can potentially see a bit more of what I'm talking about. Okay, this might be a bit more close and personal than I want, but I'm gonna be quick because I don't like you guys being in my space like this. It's definitely like there's definitely like a bit of creasing under my eyes. It's just not cute, honestly. And I feel like if you have like, you know, if you have textured under eyes, maybe skip it. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's still weird things. I don't like that. I don't have much to say about it. It's 3 hours in. I do like the finish. I do like it blends really nicely, like I said before. I do like the color. I like the coverage. It is buildable. However, it's creasing, and for me that's just a big thing. Like I don't want my concealer creasing, especially not after 3 hours. I feel like 6 to 8 hours, okay, sure, cool, you've done a shift, right? But it's 3 hours, you're creasing. Like a little creasing here and there I would actually not be mad at, but if you guys see, especially like in this eye or under this eye, it's like it's quite obvious. I will, however, try the concealer again, potentially just maybe using like, I don't know, maybe I'll try like an eye mask or something, like maybe something thick under my eyes to like really hydrate them. But I don't have dry under eyes, by the way. I'm just saying maybe for this product. But what was the point? It has hyaluronic acid. It's supposed to be hydrating itself. See, it looks perfectly fine in like on my forehead, like my chin, and you know, other places I put it on. Even though I did the same thing and applied them the same way, it looks fine in those places. I probably wouldn't mind using this, like if I had the correct shade, I probably wouldn't mind using that shade to like spot correct or maybe contour, because I actually really do like the finish of it. I like the natural finish of it, and like because I have combination skin, like my skin is producing some more like oils and sebum and everything, and it just looks really nice. I like the finish of it. I like how almost kind of dewy that my face looks. I like that, but I don't like that it's creasing. So I just feel like maybe for under my eyes, it's not the one for me, unless I find a way to kind of make it work. But for now, have to say bye-bye, yo. But the thing with concealers is that sometimes it's the technique of blending that matters. So today I've used a brush. Tomorrow I might try it out again, but using a beauty blender. Maybe that would work better with it. But with concealers, you do need to experiment on application as well. Because sometimes it's the application. Sometimes it's the application, not the product. So the same application doesn't work for all concealers. So that's something I have learned in this. So if you already have this and you're experiencing this problem, join me on this journey of trying different ways to make it work. And if it truly just sucks, then, you know, hopefully I saved you guys some coins. But yeah guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to watch the next video that's popped up on the screen already, and I'll speak to you guys in another video.